Okay, this is one of my favorite sections because it's so easy and convenient. So I know you're seeing the title, area of a triangle. You're like, oh, I know how to find area of a triangle. Like this is, what are we in ninth grade again? No, of course not. We get to use a new formula, which is actually super, super helpful. If you remember 1/2 base times height for the area of a triangle, the base and the height had to be perpendicular to each other. So you either needed a right angle, or if you didn't have one, you had to find it. And it was a huge pain in the neck. So if you were trying to do something like number 3, and you're trying to do 1/2 base times height, okay, so you could call 8 your base, but then what the heck is the height? I don't know. It would be really annoying to find out that information. Okay, so 1/2 base times height is great when you have the base and the height. If you don't, guess what? There's other formulas. Look right here. Look at them. They look overwhelming. They're not. So let me explain what they are. All 3 of them are saying the same thing. It's just a matter of which side you have. Okay, but it's even easier. I can even kind of break it down for you, make it nicer. So if you take a look, let's use our highlighter tool. Okay, so each of them have 1/2 times 2 sides, and I've underlined there in green. Okay, that's literally, guys, any 2 sides of the triangle. Any 2 sides. It doesn't even matter. Any 2 sides. So if I'm looking at number 1, I don't even focus on if it's A, B, or C, to be honest with you. I just know that the first 2 have to be 2 sides of my triangle. So if I'm looking at number 1, it would just be 11 and 13. And then you're just going to do 1/2 times 11 times 13 times the sine of the angle in between those 2 sides. That's crucial. It has to be the angle in between the 2 sides, which all of these are set up to be. So here's, just let me show you real quick what you could not do. If you had a triangle and you had that this was 5 and this was 6, but you had this was angle, I don't know, 37 degrees, you could not use this formula. Okay, you have to have the angle in between the 2 sides. So that means where the 2 sides that are marked come together, that's the angle that you need. Okay, and so in this example, you don't have that, but lucky for you, in all of the examples on this worksheet, that is the case. Oops. Okay, so again, I don't actually focus on which of these 3. I don't even look at them. I just do this. A equals 1/2, and then whatever my 2 sides are that I know, 11 and 13. And then I just do the sine of 36. That's it. That's it. And you have the area of triangle ABC. Oh my gosh. So go to your calculator. What mode should we be in? Hopefully you're saying degree because we have degrees. So double check that you're in degree mode. I am. And then I just pop all that in my calculator. 1/2 times 11 times 13 times the sine of 36. And 42 is my answer. Oh, they went to the nearest 10th. Okay. So that would be 42. Yeah, still 42.0. All right, they didn't give me any what units we're in, but remember that area is always units squared. So that would be helpful to throw that on there. Okay, that's it. That's literally as hard as this gets. So let's try another one. Let's try number 2. So again, I'm going to do A equals 1/2 case it's 5, and come on, sorry, and then sine 64. Okay, pop that in my calculator. 1/2 times 5 times 5 times sine of 64. 11.2. square. That's it. And then I'll leave you to do. Which one do I need? You need it. It's just whatever the two sides are that they give you, 8 times 7, and then just make sure the angle in between those two, which is sine of 132. If they didn't give the angle in between those two sides, I have to give you some way to find it. Otherwise, you can't use this formula. Okay, so just pop it in. 1/2 times 8 times 7 times sine of 142. 7.2. Let's spell units right. 17.2 units squared. Okay, one more. Slide on over. This one's so nice. Imagine all the time this could have saved you in geometry. All right, any hoosers, let's see. A equals 1/2 4 times 7 times the sine of the angle in between them, which is 21. Throw it in my calculator. Sine 21, and it spits out 5.0. Ta-da! Okay, this formula is also on your reference sheet if you need it. So when you go to take the quiz at the end of the chapter, make sure that you have that there, the reference sheet in front of you, so you can reference back to those. Okay, good luck. Let me know if you have questions.